Chelsea fans, are we now in a title challenge? For me, I would say yes, but we're not the favorites because it seems most Chelsea fans, most Chelsea content creators like to deny the fact that Chelsea are in a title race, because of the fear maybe um, the team may not be up to par with Liverpool, may not be able to get the job done, and they don't want rival fans to get on their backs to say, "I thought you said you were entitled challenge. What happened? I thought you said you were entitled race. What happened?" Chelsea aren't the favorites. The favorites are Liverpool for sure, and Arsenal. I think are still slightly um, favorites over Chelsea, though it pains me to say that even Man City, despite the torrid form, they've been, under this past game weeks, losing against a terrible Manchester United side. So, but I still see them slightly above Chelsea, and two reasons for me. Two reasons. One, the goalkeeping. Robert Sanchez was very good against Brentford. I'll give him credit. I'll give him kudos because he deserves it. He was very good against Brentford. Pulled out some very big saves, especially the one he had to tip over that the defense seemed to be asleep. So brilliant for him. But overall, he's just not good enough. I don't think he makes big saves in games, but he also makes rudimentary mistakes, rudimentary errors, and sees Chelsea concede goals, concede penalties, like in the game versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. So that's one reason I don't think he can. I don't think he's good enough to see Chelsea, really compete and actually win the Premier League. Couldn't compete, but win the Premier League, I don't think so. And then the striking department. Now, Nicholas Jackson has improved 1,000-fold from last season. From last season, you know, whenever it was 1v1 with the goalkeeper, you never trusted him to finish. You never trusted him to score. You never trusted him to convert the chances that he had. But this season, he's improved on that tremendously. 1v1, you're thinking 8 out of 10 times he's going to score. And he scored against Brentford. But for a striker, every striker would tell you, if you listen to legendary strikers like Alan Shearer, like Ian Wright, they will tell you you can just get 10 to 15 goals just being in the box. 10 to 15 goals being in the box. And the movement of Jackson in the box, in the 18-yard box, is just poor. Poor at the very best, and at the worst, non-existent. There are so many times that players like Madueke, good byline. Where's Jackson? He's hiding behind a defender. Jadon Sancho, get to the byline, pulls crosses in. Where's Jackson? He's nowhere to be seen. And the one opportunity that, Jadon Sancho laid on a plate, just laid it on a plate, just say, come have your dinner. You have your plate, you have your food, you have your cutlery, you have your seat pulled out, just come sit down. You have your bottle of wine by your side, just come sit down, have your dinner, take your glass of wine, and be merry. Nicholas Jackson fluffed it. And this is not to say, oh, he's a bad player, get him out of the club, as people like to do, because in present football commentary or punditry, you never get context or objectivity. What you get is extremes. Either you worship a player, you worship a coach, or you want them thrown out with the bad water. No, he's improved over last season. You know, like I said previously in the video, 1v1, 8 out of 10 times he scores. But when it comes to being in that box, getting those tap-ins, and people think tap-ins are easy. Imagine people were criticizing Cristiano Ronaldo at some point. Oh, he's only scores tap-ins. Do you know the level of intellect it takes to score a tap-in? To outsmart a centre back that's probably 6'2", 6'3", and then sometimes 6'5", and many times bigger than the striker, bigger than the centre forward. Do you know the intelligence, the smarts you have to pull off, to outsmart that central defender and be it all alone? And the level of concentration you need to have to convert those chances. Jackson showed against Brentford that he doesn't have. He doesn't have that concentration. He doesn't have that in the box intelligence, in my opinion. You may have a different opinion about it. I'd like to know in the comment section. So while you're there, please subscribe to the channel. But I also want to say this as well. Even the way he tries to finish, crosses, when he eventually gets on the end of those crosses, even his technique, his posture just doesn't seem right, in my opinion. So that's one reason I don't think that he can, you know, that Chelsea can actually win the Premier League, can compete. So happy Chelsea, are second on the table, and if indeed Chelsea goes on to win the league, I'll be happier than most. I will be happier than most, for sure, 1,000%. I will be. I'll be happier than and I'll be the happiest Chelsea fan you've ever seen. But I just have to call it spade a spade. I don't think the team is ready enough. And I'll give you one more reason, which is concentration, overall concentration, and in-game management by the players. Now you have in-game management by the coaches, by the coach. This is how I want you to play. You've been, going gun ho. You've been going coast to coast, high intensity. Now you've got the lead. I want you now to hold possession, control the game with possession, and see the game out. Now that's how a coach can manage the game in game. Now, for players as well, they have some element of in-game management that they have to show, in-game maturity. And yesterday showed. I know Enzo Maresca pointed this out, and a lot of people, have gone on to say, "Oh, he's just um, sort of and playing mind games." But it's true. If you're ready to win the Premier League, you want to win a title, you don't give away such a goal, because Chelsea were supremely dominant yesterday from start to finish. I think after the Aston Villa game, that's the next best game, in my opinion, apart from that lapse in concentration. Had a throw in deep in the opponent's half. You throw it to someone, win a throw again, kill a bit of time there. But one thing you don't do is give away the ball. You don't give away the ball. You don't turn over the ball deep in the opponent's half. And definitely you don't have your line so high with 90 minutes on the dot. You don't have your line so high. But that's what Chelsea did. The line was so high, you're already leading two goals to nil. You know, almost injury time set, 7 minutes, and then you go on and concede such a goal. So these are the reasons I think Chelsea aren't ready yet to, win the league. But one thing I want to say, if it comes to a point where Chelsea still remains, say, 2 points behind Liverpool, going past January or getting into the winter window, January transfer window, I think Chelsea should go for a number nine, and I'll say it again, Victor Osimhen. People might be upset, don't want to hear it, but I'll go for Victor Osimhen as a number nine to that can possibly see if you can push Chelsea over the line. That's for one, and then as well go get another centre back. Go get another centre back. Maybe Thomas Arujo. I know some people say Anselmino. Anselmino is still a youngster. I'm not sure you want to place that burden on him. I think it's best he stays with Boca Juniors to the end of the season and then joins for preseason, from next season. So for me, I wonder what you think. You think Chelsea are title challengers like me? Do you think, or you think not so much? Do you even think that maybe, unlike me, you think Chelsea can actually go out all out and win, win the league? So those are my thoughts on the issue. I'd like to know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel. For now, I'd like to say see you on yet another video. But for now, do have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye.